Now, listen, you guys, a lot has been happening in the female rap streets, okay? From the Transformer basically making headlines for being in arrears when it comes to rentals and, of course, damages. And we've also seen her being accused of copying Nicki Minaj and her spiraling and going off on social media instead of addressing things that actually do matter. And it seems like Megan Thee Stallion is out there, literally the last kicks of a dying horse. No pun intended, I promise. Now, these are the things that we're going to be talking about in this video. Hello, tea lovers, and welcome to the tea plug. I trust you guys are doing well, and I trust you are doing great. Personally, I am doing great, you guys. I am doing amazing. And listen, I know I've been scarce. I told you I traveled from not feeling well to trying to basically connect with my mom, and we had a lot of things to catch up on. So that's why you guys, you haven't been seeing a lot of consistency coming from my end. But that being said, you guys, today I bring you a little summary of exactly what is up with regards to the female rap streets. Now, first of all, we're going to talk about the Transformer, you guys. Honestly speaking, at this point, I feel like she's going outside, in my own opinion, okay? Allegations came forward that the Transformer was out there, and the husband, of course. I don't know if I should say ex-husband, because they haven't officially announced their divorce, so I don't know if it's a stand or whatever that is going on between herself, of course, and the husband, Offset. But there are headlines that have been out that they were being sued by an owner of an Airbnb, and they have been accused, you guys, of for not paying rent, and they've also been sued for significant property damages and leaving their vacation home trashed, okay? And honestly speaking, I kind of feel bad for her. Well, honestly speaking, I don't feel bad for her. Who am I fooling? After all, it's only you guys, and you know that I don't feel in ounce of, I don't feel bad for her for these headlines, you guys, because listen, Annie, everything that they're saying, unfortunately, I do believe it. Trashing other people's house, of course, I do believe it. Leaving the house dirty, I do believe it, especially after that entire piercing that she has now. It gives me dirty, and she's out there bragging about not cleaning and not cooking, so why should I be surprised that she's being accused of living, another person's property in a state that is very, filthy? I'm not surprised, you guys. But hey, do hop into the comment section and let me know what you think about these accusations. Now, you guys are following those accusations. Of course, people started speculating that, she was left broke by the husband and stuff like that. And, people were like, how are you struggling to pay? Because it was being alleged that the amount that they are owing is approximately 85,000. And of course, so people obviously were questioning them, like with the way she's out there bragging that, she doesn't perform for anything less than $1 million. So obviously, people are like, oh my goodness, for somebody who is that rich or who claims to be that rich, why are you in arrears for an amount as little as 85,000? Which is my question is exactly. You would swear with the way that she comes out there saying, oh my goodness, I make this much. 85,000 is no. Do you understand what I'm saying? So people are like, oh my goodness, the husband dumped her, and left her broke and stuff like that. And honestly speaking, that man has been leeching off of her. So I'm not surprised, you guys, if of course he did drain a lot of money from her. And that also reminds me of that time, if you remember, when I did a video and I was explaining to you how Atlantic had changed rules when it comes to receiving a salary from them. You remember I reported that Atlantic Records will now require their artists to chart at least number 50 on Billboard Hot 100 to receive a salary. And all that has to be done by a solo song. So obviously, I'm just looking at her like, are you still getting the salary, girl, or are you not? Okay. And we do all know that, even when it comes to whip shots and stuff like that, they do share with the record label, because at the end of the day, all girls signed a 360 deal. So yeah, hop into the comment section, you guys, and let me know what you think about that. Now, when you think she would be out here, clearing rumors about that, she decided not to do so, and she decided to step out instead, clapping back at fans who had accused her of copying Nicki Minaj. Now, you guys do know that Nicki Minaj recently came out wearing white fair as well as blonde hair, and she ate. She ate, you guys. She cleared, in my own opinion. And it seems like the Transformer herself accidentally and coincidentally, as you want us to believe, because you people want us to be dense enough to believe that that was a coincidence. So coincidentally, in quotes, the Transformer also came out with blonde wig as well as a white fur coat. And honestly speaking, I feel it insulting when people want to come out here and say, oh my goodness, so nobody can wear a white fur jacket as well as a blonde. And I'm like, it's less than even like a month. It's less than 2 weeks, okay, since Nicki Minaj wore that entire combination, and you guys want to come out here and say that it was coincidence on her part to be wearing that. She knew exactly what she was doing. She was trying to troll Nicki Minaj, and when it got backfired, when basically people were calling her out for it, she is no longer, she doesn't have the stamina to handle the consequences of her actions. So obviously she's coming out saying she's contradicting herself. Do you understand what I'm saying? In one breath she's like, oh my goodness, I didn't plan it, and the next thing, oh my goodness, my tia told me to wait. Oh my goodness, I've been wearing this, I've been having this coat from way back. And I'm just like, which one is it? The Transformer? Because clearly when she did it, like, I don't care if you bring pictures of Lil Kim wearing cosplay looking wigs. Like, I literally don't care if you bring in pictures like that. But the fact remains that less than a week later, this woman came out wearing the same exact thing and hair that Nicki Minaj wore. And another person brought in a point that I'm like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. You guys do remember that obviously her now stylist, hairstylist, and now glam team that she has, the glam squad that she now has, used to belong to Nicki Minaj. So of course they are still obsessed with Nicki Minaj. So the fact that maybe they're actually out here intentionally copying Nicki Minaj's looks so that they can put on this woman, and do you understand what I'm saying? That's actually something that could be happening, but because she's very slow, she doesn't even realize that it looks weird. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you can't be telling me that this is a coincidence. Like, I don't care whose fan you are, but this is certainly weird. But hey, you guys, hop into the comment section and let me know what you think about that. Do you think that it was a coincidence, or do you think that that was intentional? And at the same time, do you think that it was necessary for her to come out, addressing this entire situation? I'm just like, that was so not necessary. But in true Transformer style, of course, she had to come out and address anything that has to do with the Barbz, okay? Instead of coming out here addressing all these suing allegations and things like that, the first thing that she decided to talk about is her comparison to Nicki Minaj, and started talking about, oh my goodness, girls cannot see me. Like, I'm saying girls because I'm being respectful, I'm avoiding swearing, but she used the B word, and she's always using the B word referring to Nicki Minaj, which I find very disrespectful. Do you understand what I'm saying? Nicki Minaj does not come from the same background with you, okay? You admitted to, doing men like that and robbing them. And so please, if you call each other that in that world, you don't call someone who's not your friend or your mate that word. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, like, please don't be calling our queen out of her name because y'all are not friends. Y'all are not in the same class. She's educated, you're not. Do you understand what I'm saying? But anyway, you guys, so obviously she was like, oh my goodness, this bees cannot touch me when it comes to fashion. And all this hype that you guys give her is appealing to me because she has an entire stylist. It's not like it's a choice. She's just a dolly waiting to be dressed, given rhymes to recite. And so when you give her all this credit, I'm just looking at you like, are you normal in your head? And one person who decided to say some nonsense is obviously Amon Wiggins, saying, oh my goodness, when it comes to dressing, the Transformer cannot touch Nicki Minaj. And I'm not like, Nicki Minaj is not an Instagram influencer. If you now we're gonna talk about dressing and stuff like that, and all this fashion girl thing that you're saying, are we gonna act like Nicki Minaj was not out here influencing movements and wig lengths back in the 2018s, 2017s? Okay, are we gonna act like Nicki Minaj is not that fashion girl? Do you get what I'm saying? So please, go away with overhyping, this mediocre person. Don't do it, okay? Just do not do it. It's not fair on Nicki Minaj. And now if we were going to move the conversation from rap to fashion, please compare her to the Jada Waders and all these Instagram influencers, okay? Don't be comparing her to Nicki Minaj, okay? Let's talk music. Okay, if she's the queen of runways, oh wow, congratulations. Do you know who else your peer is? Kim Kardashian, Jada Wader, Ari Fletcher. Those are your mates. Okay, so pick a side, pick a struggle, and stick with it, in my own opinion. But hey, do hop into the comment section, you guys, and let me know what you think about that. She literally is desperate for attention, you guys, because she also came out here posing for the camera, dressed up. And I just looked at that and I'm like, this has got to be pathetic to a certain extent. Do you understand? Trying to prove a point and stuff like that. And she was also out there talking about how somebody left their card at Balenciaga for her to do shopping. And I'm like, who's that? Like, I don't know if she's trying to make Offset jealous or whatever, or I don't know if it's Offset who has left her card, but whatever it is, I'm over it, okay? The next thing that I'm going to be talking about, you guys, I am going to be talking about the ho-ho-hos, okay? I'm going to be talking about Megan, okay? She's out there making threats that she's coming and that, you know what, she's going to be giving people what they've been asking for, and I'm like, girl, you say that each and every single time, okay? You say you're coming and then you come back and then you sing about depression whilst twerking like you did in your last song, Cobra, and you expect us to take you seriously. Like, no, man. Like, she says this all the time. Oh my goodness, I'm coming for people's necks. Oh my goodness, it's going to be different. Oh my goodness, I'm giving them what they've been asking for. And I'm like, there's nothing different. You've been saying this for the longest of time. You come, you under-deliver, you flop, you cry, you seek for sympathy, and you go back into hiding. And then you come back, you do this. It's the same cycle over and over and over and over again. And I find it weird when people say, oh my goodness, Nicki Minaj has been coming for her, as if she herself has not been throwing shots. I mean, when that song Cobra dropped, you were like, oh my goodness, she's coming for Nicki Minaj's name. In bongos, you were like, oh my goodness, she's coming for Nicki Minaj's name. And when she came, none of those disses landed. And so now if the disses don't land, you want to act like she didn't throw them. No, she's out here throwing jabs. It's just they don't land. And so please don't make it seem like she hasn't been throwing jabs at Nicki Minaj. She has been, but they just have not been landing. So she's not the one to be sitting on the internet threatening with, oh my goodness, I'm finally going to come. Come do what? Come flop. I mean, come for who? For a woman whose album sells quadruples your own album sells. Like, make it make sense, man. Stop overhyping mediocrity. But hey, let me know, you guys, in the comment section. Are you ready for the host, coming for Nicki Minaj and responding to Nicki Minaj? Do you think that finally, any of the jabs are actually going to land, or do you think that it's going to be the same old cycle? What do you think about that? Let me know, you guys, in the comment section. The next thing that I'm going to be talking about, you guys, fans are out here convinced that DDG and Halle Bailey, the baby has arrived. That's what people are telling each other in the streets. And I'm like, oh my goodness, the internet is a very weird place, okay? This all is stemming from the fact that DDG shared a tweet where he was saying that life is amazing, and people started making speculations that, oh well, the baby must have been delivered, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, the internet is very beautiful. It's a very creative place where we convince each other that a pregnancy that we never saw actually now has a child. But hey, let me know, you guys, in the comment section. Do you think that the baby is now here, or do you think that people are reaching as usual? From my end, it is what it is. But hey, you guys, thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for making it this far. I'm going to try to be consistent now that I have fully recovered. And now that I'm not at work, hopefully it's going to be more tea coming your way. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? We are on the road to 15,000 subscribers. So please do the needful and hit that subscribe button. And do turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified each and every time that I post. And until my next one, you guys, see you.